Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VLAF's Directors Dialogues. Today we have Mauricio from A Song for My Land, which is a part of Así Suena. Mauricio, do you want to present yourself?
Hi everyone, thank all of you for being there. I am very happy to be here. Thank you for the interview. Thank you, Tadeo. Thank you to all the team of Vancouver Latin American Film Festival for giving us the possibility of showcase our film in there.
Thank you, Mauricio. Before we get started, I want to remind everybody these dialogues are sponsored by Peliplat, the platform to write film reviews. You can write your favorite film's review now at the platform. You can also write the reviews for all of the films in the festival, including A Song from My Land, which is going to be playing Saturday, September the 6th at 4:15 p.m. at the Cinematheque. You can get your tickets now at vlaf.org/tickets. Great. Mauricio, do you want to introduce the project a little bit in your own words? What drove the making of the film?
Well, I don't know, tell you how we met this story,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you want.
Ramiro.
Well, yes, how we met Ramiro Lezcano, that is our main character in the film. Well, we start. It's a long story because we started in 2013 researching the impact of pesticides in rural communities here in Argentina. We saw many health problems there. I don't know, cancer, more a lot of congenital anomalies in these towns, and well, the children were the one most affected, and it was very hard to see that, you know. For this reason, for some years we tried to find the right story to tell, because we didn't want to make only another denunciation film, um, because there are already many, and even if they are important, they usually leave people with a negative or sad feeling. Okay, and we wanted to make a film that could also give hope, and it was very difficult in with this topic. So in a few years later, in 2018, a friend of mine and a friend of Sebastian, that is the producer of the film, told us about a music teacher in the countryside who was creating songs with his children, with his students, about this topic, you know, about spraying with the pesticides. So we went to the town to Ramirez town, and we met him, and immediately we were fascinated with him, and we knew this way. This was the story we wanted to tell. So Ramiro was already doing this creative process with his students before the film, but nobody knew about it. So we started to follow him in his classes, and we stayed almost 2 years in that process of research. And well, when we were ready to film, the pandemic arrived to the world, and everything stopped. We we were ready to film in 2020, and in Argentina, the pandemic was very long. So Ramiro um, came to the school in 2022. So in this year, we started to film. And when in this year, we decided to begin the film in a new school. This is to show this all this creative process starts from the beginning. So we visited a lot of schools, of rural schools, that they had this problem with the pesticides, and we chose the school that you can see and you can see in the film because of the teacher that is she is very brave, and because the children that they were very expressive and very open, you know. And I think this is the key of the film, this school, and of course Ramiro.
Yeah, totally. Um, and speaking of,
Okay.
yeah, perfect, perfect. Mm. Speaking of the school and the town that you get to, um, I wanted to ask what the relationship was like with the community through the making of the film, because we don't get too many interactions in the film outside of the classroom, but the few that we do get are very indicative of a great tension that's present between the townspeople and Ramiro's project. So I was curious to know how you managed that tension that is so palpable in the film.
Well, Argentina is a country where the economy depends a lot on agriculture, and especially in these small rural towns. So people do everything to increase production, even using very strong pesticides, pesticides that are forbidden in many other countries. So speaking about this or denouncing it, um, is almost like a taboo.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody wants to face the problem because it can be dangerous for the job, for the community, for the economy. So we knew this when we started filming, and for this reason, for about 1 year and a half, we worked almost in secret in this school, because we knew that talking about agrochemicals there would bring resistance, and that is exactly what happened. When people realized that the children were making songs about agrochemicals, there were problems. Teachers received warnings. Ramiro got threats, and well, later the concert was even canceled for some time because the project was really in the eye of the storm. Um and well, but we we went look for support, and it happened. You know. We received the support of some a lot of artists famous in Argentina. We received supports of some media, TV programs, radio, I don't know, newspapers, and even people in the community who wanted to talk about this, but they were afraid, no? And the mothers of the school children were essential in this regard, because they uh, worked as a bridge between us and the community, because they truly understood the problem, and saw it in, and saw its impacts in on their children. So with all this support, we finally we can do the concert, and it was a, a wonderful day for for all our lives.
Yeah, you talk about how difficult it was to get the project off the ground, up and running, coming into so much trouble with everybody that you needed support with. But still, the project grew into something with a national and international impact. Um, so I was curious to know how much of a surprise it was to see something grow so much out of um, a teacher, a music teacher teaching songs to his children in a small rural school, to then see this become what Canciones Urgentes para Mi Tierra, or a song for my land, ended up becoming.
Well, in the at the beginning, it was crazy to think that something born in a small town, in a small rural school, could grow so much. But I think that well, finally, it could be a reality, you know, and it's because this is because Ramiro Lezcano,
Mhm.
and that I say that Ramiro Lezcano is like a Don Quixote, no, and all the people that join him and fight with him are like Sancho Panza. There are a lot of Sancho Panza in this story, no, and I think that it's possible if we work together. Um, so in this case, the first in a local community with that historic concert were more than in this concert were more than 10,000 people came, you know, in a town where only 2,000 people live. So was a really historic event. It was a concert. This concert started at 2 p.m. and it ends at 2 a.m. And in all day, they there were a lot of musicians famous in Argentina, and but also scientists and environmental activists that who talked with the people who expose or who talk about these topics and other topics and other environmental issues, and there was a great day for all the community and for all the people that works in that work in this project, and later with the film. No, but this in the community was very important, but in the province, Cordoba is the province of this town, and in Argentina was very famous this concert. So, but later with the film,
Mhm.
the story traveled to the world, and we could bring it to many countries, and the reception was has been wonderful. We show the film in, I don't know, Francia, Spain, Belgium, Turkey, Croatia, Italy. Well, now Canada, USA, Colombia, Mexico, Uruguay. Well, and the reception was wonderful, and well, that was one of our main goals in the beginning, no, to share this story with the world, and I think we are doing it, and we are very happy with that.
Yeah, and we're proud to have your Canadian premiere. Just a reminder for everybody, September 6th, 4:15 p.m. at the Cinematheque.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, you talk about the impact the film has had in being such a widely distributed uh documentary. But I was wondering if you had any insight on what kind of impact the concert had had and the whole movement specifically in the community of San Marcos and other communities like it, and in um, conversations around sustainable farming and environmental protection generally.
Well, I think that the biggest impact of the concert was that it opened the dialogue in the community, and this is very important for us. Because before this topic was almost a taboo, like I say before, and nobody wanted to talk about agrochemicals. And after the concert, many people who were afraid to speak about this now feel more free to talk and to discuss this problem. And for me, it's very important because that was because to solve a problem, first you need to be able to name it. And I think that is the most important thing that the concert do in the community, and like an example for other towns too. Also, in the school of the film, the fumigations have gone down a lot, but it's not for, I think, I don't know, but I think that it's not because of real awareness. Uh, because I think that is because the landowners or the politicians know that we still visit the school with
Yeah.
our cameras, with people from a big city like Buenos Aires, so they are a little bit more a little bit more careful, you know, to when they fumigate.
Mhm.
But well, is the reality. But I think that the most important thing is to give the possibility to talk about these problems. No, I think that.
And yeah, speaking on the longer lasting impacts of the film and the project, I wanted to ask if you had had any contact with Ramiro after the making of the film. You talk about visiting the town, so I'm assuming you have, and I was just curious to see where he is now, what he's doing after the concert went so big.
Yes. Well, we are friends with Ramiro. I visit him once a month all the time, and he continue because the project continues. The Ramiro's project continues. I think in several parts or at several ways. On a hand, he continues with the creating songs with his children, with his students. They made two albums that you can hear in I don't know, Spotify or YouTube. Is free for free. The project, the Ramiro's project is Canciones Urgentes para mi Tierra. You can look for in Spotify.
And we'll link that
There
in
are two,
the video.
well, there are two albums with a lot of famous artists in Argentina or in Latin America that sing the song that the students create with Ramiro, you know, and they are very good songs,
Yeah.
and it's very nice. And then he still are creating more songs with his students, and well, and on the other hand, there are more small projects that work with this big project, Canciones Urgente. One of these is our movie, and we are writing the second part of this of this movie. That it will be shoot in Colombia this time with a famous group of musicians in Colombia that is Aterciopelados, and we are going to talk about deforestation in Amazonas in the second part with Ramiro and Aterciopelados. Well, we are we are writing this, but we are all the team. On the other hand, all the team that work in this first film um, is all the people are in sorry we are teaching in the school, in this school that you watch in the film. We teach cinema
Wow.
this so we started with these workshops the last year, and this is the second year that we all once a month we go to the rural school and we teach cine for this school and schools nearby the zone.
Yeah.
So I think that the Ramiro
The Ramiro
is the
effect.
inspiration for us to do things, you know, and I think that is the important, or that is important of the story of the film, that I I went to the audience, watch a film and say I can do something, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
This is the spirit of the film.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful, and that's the reason, or one of the reasons why we're screening the film at the festival, and hopefully everybody that gets to catch the film gets a bit of the Ramiro effect. But that's all the time we have today, Mauricio. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank
yeah, please go ahead.
No, yes, a one hat to any to everyone, and I hope that you enjoy the film. Thank you for all.
Of course. We're going to be linking the albums that Mauricio talked about in the description of the video and all social media, so you can check out uh, the next project whenever that gets underway. Um, just a final reminder, A Song from My Land is going to be playing at the Cinematheque September 6th, 4:15 p.m. You can get your tickets at vlaf.org/tickets. Thank you very much, Peliplat, for hosting this Directors Dialogues and the festival. Uh, Remember to check out the whole festival. We're gonna have beautiful music and food events, many films from September 4th to the 14th, almost all of them at the Cinematheque, opening night at SFU. Thank you everybody for tuning in once again, and we hope to see you there.